Welcome to the NLP UK Training Podcast. I'm Fraser.
And I'm Steve Kay.
So we asked some of our delegates what they wanted us to talk about on this set of podcasts that we're recording today. And one of them asked us to talk about how can you still be authentic while you're wearing different masks. And that kind of got me thinking quite a lot. I think both of us try and be authentically us all the time. And I don't think either one of us can particularly wear a mask these days, do we?
I mean, it depends. What do you mean by a mask?
So let me give you an example.
Give me an example.
So I can remember years ago when I was teaching dancing. So I would be up on stage every night, kind of 4 or 5 nights a week, teaching a class.
Yeah.
And it was almost automatic. I used to wear a headset and I'd flick down my microphone and I became Ciroc Kelly.
Yeah.
And I even called it my Ciroc mask.
Yeah.
It was almost like this persona that I wore on stage. And I kind of became larger than life. And I was in complete control of my class. My body language changed. My stance changed. And I became that person that I was on stage. And that, it was part of me, but it wasn't authentically me. It was very much me playing a part rather than my true self.
But it was you. It was just you energizing yourself into getting into that thing, really. I would have thought a mask would be more, I'm the genuine me, but I know if I've got to get on, I've got to wear a blue suit and a blue shirt and I've got to carry the right laptop bag or something, or I've got to drive the right car to fit in, to be noticed. I would have thought that, to me, would be more of a mask.
I think for me at the time, I was trying to be what I thought other people expected me to be.
Right. Got you.
Rather than being truly me.
Not just energize you.
Not just absolutely. The energy was part of who I am. I love that energy from it. Yeah. But I was actually almost putting on that persona to be the person that I thought I needed to be.
For them.
Not for me, but for them.
Yeah.
So I think we can all kind of wear masks like that, but almost be unaware of it. I wasn't really that consciously aware, even though I used to call it my Ciroc mask. I don't think I was consciously aware of what I was doing until much, much later.
Right.
Almost until I stepped away from it. And it kind of, it served a purpose. But actually, over time, it was kind of eroding me a little bit. It felt like it took too much energy to keep up that mask.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it can become problematic.
Yeah.
So we all have different aspects to our personality, but I'm exactly the same person when I'm training an NLP course or training a leadership program or coaching a client as I am when I'm playing with the cats or washing the car on a Saturday afternoon and chatting to the neighbours.
Because you don't have to pretend to be anything else, because you're cool within yourself. You're comfortable with yourself.
And I think masks are about other people's expectations or what you think
Their
other
expectation
people
is.
Yeah. So they think that I should behave like this. So that's a mask that I'm going to put on.
Okay.
And that's where you can kind of get caught up in it and it can erode who you are. And I think NLP can really help you be your authentic self.
Yeah.
Because at the time, again, with hindsight, I can see that I actually had a big limiting belief about myself that I didn't even realise that I had.
Because you felt then you had to put across a front.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not really until I did NLP and I realised that I was doing that because I didn't really believe in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a way to make me feel bomb-proof and in control. That was how I was almost managing the output of that limiting belief.
Right.
So when you get rid of your limiting beliefs and you give yourself that kind of good cleanup, if you like, what you all of that need to please other people, that need to behave in a way that fits someone else's expectations.
Or what you think their expectations
Yeah, exactly. That kind of falls away. And, ultimately, we're not everyone's cup of tea. That's okay with me. 100%. I am authentically me 24 hours a day, no matter what I'm doing. Because it's not that I don't care what other people think. It's just that I kind of get that people will see things from different perspectives. As long as I'm doing the best that I can, living to my values, trying to help other people, that is who I am. So if I can do that and live to my values and be who I am, then I know that I'm living the life that I want to live.
So the person who sent this suggestion in for a topic, what do you recommend they do? Because we've got a few lines from us saying, how do I be my authentic self and have the mask I'm wearing?
So I think some people think that they're wearing a mask in different situations. So maybe you've got the mum mask. You've got the work mask. You've got the friend on a Friday night at the wine bar mask. But actually, are they masks? Or is that just a little slightly different part of your personality, your true authentic self in those different situations? If you feel like you're having to behave differently,
then that's a mask.
That's a mask.
Yeah.
So it's about really asking yourself, what's behind that need to wear the mask? Have I still got a bit of a limiting belief left? That might have something to do with it. If you're sure that you haven't, then it's about thinking about, who am I? What's important to me? Does it matter whether I show up as myself and people don't like it? Because you know what? Some people might not. Does it matter? For me, it doesn't.
I think if you're genuine and you respect other people and you're kind, then it's good to be your authentic self. Interestingly, a guy called Frederick Laloux wrote a book called Reinventing Organizations, and he suggested that organizations are evolving into something he called teal. And to become a teal organization, people start showing up as themselves, not behind the mask.
Yeah.
So we saw it very much with people beginning to work from home, be on screen, having their furniture in the background. Some people, I know parts of the NHS tell people,
Gonna have the NHS background on.
Yeah, or you don't have to have a camera on, that's okay. Whereas we liked it when people were, a 3-year-old walked in and said, Daddy, where's my cards or whatever? Or, we liked it when people came in, their dog was there or the cat was there. And it was their authentic self, not the mask.
Yeah.
I think masks are less, people don't have to show up as the business persona as much these days, do they?
Yeah, and I think...
Or do people feel that they have to still?
I think it depends on the organisation.
Yeah.
It depends on the leadership of that organisation. Are they showing up as their authentic selves? Because I think if you've got that psychological safety to be who you are, and that's okay, from the top down.
Yeah, that's a new buzz term, isn't it? Psychological safety.
It's just kind of, I think for me, psychological safety is just that it's okay to be who you are.
Yeah.
But
a lot of people are making money doing workshops on it.
Absolutely, because there are some organisations that actually it's very difficult to be your authentic self?
Yeah, you have to be in an environment of trust and
Yes.
respect and caring, if you like.
Yeah, and I think it's, I think the most successful organizations are the organizations that are authentic from, like I say, from the top down. And it's okay to be a little bit vulnerable. It's all right to show different sides of yourself. It's okay to be who you really are and unmask. I mean, my daughter, my youngest daughter, she's autistic. And she didn't actually get diagnosed until she was much older.
Right.
So girls that are autistic tend to mask their autism. They're very good at showing up as neurotypical, even though that isn't what's going on underneath the surface.
Okay.
So they learn how to present the way that they think they should present. So quite often autism is kind of missing girls because of masking. Now, it's not exactly the same as I was doing, but it is very similar. And actually unmasking her autism and feeling it's okay to be who she is has been such a joy to watch, because when
but it takes courage, doesn't it?
It takes a lot of courage.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of courage.
Yeah.
And if you have been kind of putting on a mask for a while, it can feel quite odd taking that mask off and putting it down. Because, oh my God, what are people going to think? So it's about doing it in a way that's right for you. But, I firmly believe that each and every one of us is perfect as they are, as unique as you are. And that's okay. So it's about finding a way to just be you, be totally authentic, be who you are, be true to yourself, because actually I think you'll be much happier. I've certainly been much happier when I kind of took my masks off and I'm just me. I'm just Callie. That's it. So if you're kind of wearing different masks, that's not about doing different things. This is about when you're almost putting on that front, pretending to be something that you're not comfortable with. Try just taking it off. Try being yourself. You are wonderful. Be yourself. Be true to yourself. You will have a much happier life. So, guys, if you have got questions, you can get in touch with us. Just Google NLP UK Training .com and you can get hold of us. There's an inquiry page on the website that will buzz an email to either myself or Steve. Get in touch about how we can help you unmask and be your authentic self. So we'll see you next time.
Bye.